She could herself.
Oh, please. So, yeah. So I hope like her career is totally trashed. Oh, and did you see that dumb one where they're all singing Imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
stop it.
I have been seeing a lot of people, I mean, not since I've been DMing them, what the fuck.
Yeah.
I think they might have blocked me. I do know for sure one person blocked me from their Instagram after I messaged them, what the hell.
Did you really?
They've been having game nights with each other, and it's not people that they live with, and it's like 6 to 8 people, and they're all drinking, taking shots out of the same glasses, and they all work too still. And I'm like, this is awful. And
and they're posting it.
And somebody posted about they use the stay at home tag, and I'm like, you're not at home, you're at somebody's house.
Right.
Like, I get it, like I have to see some of the volunteers and stuff, but I know that when they leave, they're going straight home, and I'm home. Like, we're not stopping at multiple places.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, that's tough,
People live with old people, and I'm like, you're taking this back to the old people you live with?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll tell you, I saw the cutest little thing on my street. What day was it really nice? Was it Saturday that the weather was pretty nice? Okay. So they were like this old couple. They're probably like in their 70s, and they were on their porch, and this cute little older couple friends of theirs were sitting on the grass, and they had brought a little coolers and their little drinks, and they had their little campfire chairs, and they were like having a visitation over the railing of the front porch. Oh. I'm so mad I didn't take a picture. It would have been such a cute picture, but today, I'm sorry, I'm so distracted right now. I have on Dr. Pimple Popper in the back.
I see your TV in the background, and I just see you moving a lot.
Well, I can't sit still. Yeah. But yeah, these things she's popping off of these people, I keep looking, and I'm like.
I'm addicted to those shows, though, because I love watching people pop pimples. Yeah.
So today I was driving, because I'm still delivering food, so I was driving down Clem Road, and there's the school there. It's State Road Elementary. And there was like 7 cars all parked like in the front parking lot. And they were all like, every other space. And all these women had their coffee, and they were sitting on their cars like having a little powwow. Might have been a bunch of teachers just hanging out. But they all had their coats and scarves. It was cold out, and they had their coffees, and they were all sitting there having a powwow. I thought that was cute too, But I mean, you could probably, if you sit outside, but yeah, you shouldn't be in the house sitting around a table. And my kids won't even come in. Ilhan, they pick up food off the porch and they wave to me through the glass.
Yeah, I worry about that car thing or like the porch thing and stuff. It's like, you can still, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
About that because like,
I don't want anything to happen to these poor little old people. They just wanted to visit.
Just stay home. They don't know how to use technology. But for like even my friends that drop stuff off, or when you did, it's like I disinfect it and I live.
Oh yeah.
Stay outside for a while.
Yeah.
And I hope that when people are doing things, they're caring about that too.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of worried that this is gonna last a long time.
Yeah, I know. I'm predicting well into June at this point. So
I cannot handle this.
Yeah, I know. I do see this going a lot longer, but I'll tell you today. I mean, every day I get my Dunkin'. Like we get our Dunkin' coffee about 1:00 every day. Me and Tracy, we get our little. It's our treat, and I add my little protein drink to it, but. I pick it up and they're not wearing, they're just like, they don't wear gloves or anything. So now I'm like disinfecting the lids of our Dunkin' coffee, and then we're like drinking it and we're like, man, like we're disinfecting the cups. But I don't know. I mean, if I was compromised or thought, I'll just get really sick. I think I'll live through it, but it's tough because I need to work, and Danielle is essential, and she's got, a job that she has to go to. She's has no choice, and it's, and it's in a hospital, but she wears her mask, and we just do what we can do,
I wish
but
they did more for us, but capitalism is evil, so.
Yeah. But I had read something where they wanted like Walmart. You know what, though? It's April Fool's, so I'm like, some of this news I'm like scrolling through is tricky.
For like a week. I'm not going to be trusting anything for a week.
Yeah, but listen, this was like a weird thing I saw. And I forget what state it was in. Maybe it was Georgia. I don't know for sure. But they're making Target and Walmart only sell essential goods, which pretty much means you can only go to like the grocery part. Mm-hmm. They don't want people milling about in the clothing
and stuff. Yeah, I saw that. I
don't know. Do you think it was true? I mean, it sounds like it's not an April Fool's post.
I think that they're trying to do that. I mean, I get it, but
now I'm like, when all them checks are going to be dropped, man, people are going to be out looking for more than just number one, the check is obviously it's for people that really need it, but it's also to stimulate the economy, which is kind of like, there's only so much stimulating they're going to do for people that are just going to because like you say, Amazon's only shipping essential goods.
I mean, people are going to have to use it for rent and stuff too.
Yeah, right. So today's is the first, obviously. I'm just so messed up. But anyway, today is rent, mortgage, due dates. So we'll see what happens with the markets and the banks tomorrow. Oh, well, within the next week or two, because that's going to show how many people are not paying, which is going to affect the market, because the banks, it's a lot of money, So I never thought about that. But
I know a lot of my friends are planning on not paying their rent as a rent strike, so.
Yeah, which means the landlords can't pay their mortgages, so that's going to definitely make an impact more of an impact. We haven't seen the damage that this financially can do to the markets yet, because like I say, we need to wait and see. When people stop paying is when things are going to start to tumble. And banks are going to have a hard time like loaning people money, because they're not going to necessarily have as much to give out,
Yeah, I mean,
right.
My whole thing is wow, I had a thought in my head and then it completely left. You were saying banks and talking about rent
and like the trickle down of like bad shit coming for the economy is just
it's gonna force them to figure it out and actually assist people. I think there should be a bunch of like outside of that $1,000-something or whatever they want to give people, because a lot of us don't qualify for it. Like there's a lot of stipulations. It's not like every single American's gonna get it.
Right, you have to have paid taxes in the last 2 years, right? Because that's how they have your information. But then, that's what I thought. You have to have filed, not filed, right?
Yeah, but it's also like, what if you didn't have a job where you made enough to file on the books,
Right. Also, but if you're on SSI or whatever, they're still getting a check, but that's all like, I don't know. And, my thought was, what about people who have moved and don't have checking accounts? Like, where are they going to send that check? I had a lot of those thoughts.
Messed up stuff. And at the end of the day, I feel like they're only looking out for themselves. So
yeah, right. So, I was watching this older couple had, said, listen, we're both retired teachers and we don't need the money, the $1,200. We're fine, and, the woman who was on the, it must have been like CNN. I don't know, one of those, but she was like, well, right now that's, she's like, the economy is going to slowly, like, you don't know if you're going to lose your pension. So put that money away and save it in case something, you know what I mean? In case the economy does take a big tumble. But the market did drop again. I mean, I don't even have anything like stocks and all of that, but I know this because my mom does, and she's retired and she lives off of what she saved her whole life that put into the market, so she's taken a big hit and she's freaking out about it. And, she's going to be 80 and she lives off of that. Like her social security, it's just not enough, you know? So, but it's people like, you know, her that it's going to affect because she doesn't have 10 years to wait for that money to go back up again. She doesn't have that, you know, where younger people who have 401ks, you know, they have 10, 15 years for it to come back when they're ready.
For all the poor people who need that help now.
I know it. So, and I was thinking like, I mean, I don't even know how they could distribute that money because there's a lot of people. I bet you my kids are here. There's a lot of people who really don't need that money.
They shouldn't get it. I think
right, but then how do you pick it? I don't, you know.
I think everyone's gonna get it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of like skimmed through it and then realized I don't qualify, and then kind of stopped reading.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know there's like a cutoff, like certain people that were like a certain percentage of like above the poverty line and wealthy don't get it. Like,
okay, well, yeah, if you make 75,000 or over, you don't get it. Combined married income was 150,000. You don't get it. 75,000 seems like a high number to me. I think, but there are people that I personally know that work in a restaurant in a very busy airport and that made 75,000, you know, waiting tables because it's an airport, Ilhan. So you're like all day. And that includes their tips, everything. And the cost of living is more there, you know, but
should definitely be like a skill that it's based on, because 1,200 is a lot for some people, and then for other people it won't get them very far depending on where you live. Right. I also feel like that needs to be separate from like rent for units, for lack of better words. And
yeah, you're right. Like what's somebody that was living in New York City who was making their money, maybe they were making 70,000 a year waiting tables at a, you know, pretty high-end restaurant. They have no income and their rent's probably $3,000 a month. Mm-hmm. So, and another thing is, you know, think about this. This country's being run right now by minimum wage workers.
Mm-hmm. And all the people that we didn't want to give money to or raise their minimum wage are the
they're the ones that have this, that are running this country right now, like keeping this country alive. Restaurant workers, grocery store workers, maintenance people, even nursing aides. I mean, nurses, a lot of them, I mean, it's not like they're making six figures, some of them, you know, and everyone's like, well, you know, some people, which really pisses me off, are like, well, they know what they signed up for, a nurse. I'm like, it's not like you signed up for the army and they're sending you out without a gun. Okay, they're going in with not the proper equipment. Like it's a whole, no, that's bullshit, you know?
Same people that are like, if this many people die, then our earth will be lasting this much longer, or the economy will be this much better. I'm like, cool, you care more about money than people's lives, you sicko.
Yeah, people are crazy, right?
But that's a constant all the time.
Yeah, I know. And you know, I mean, I don't, I have my Facebook set so that I see like all my news channels that I like first, you know, and then I can see like friends' posts. And if I'm scrolling and reset, like I miss a lot of, you know, the nonsense.
All food in the beginning.
Huh?
I follow all food pages. That's what I see.
That's your friend. So your first default is the food, right?
Yeah, I see like all those tasty videos and like the Bon Appetit stuff.
Yeah.
And then I love to go to the comments of those to watch people argue.
Yeah, right.
Add more seasoning, or somebody that's like, my grandma makes it this way, and it's like, make your own video.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't follow. I have like all my news, and a lot of like I follow like the New York Post because I get like a ton of stupid. I used to before the coronavirus. We get all my stupid news on there, you know. But yeah, so I miss a lot of my, you know, friends' posts, and then I have it so I can't see like, or I've blocked like the crazy like Trump supporters. But I mean, they're like the Trump supporters that are just like
snoozing people.
You can snooze. 30 days, right?
Then they pop back up, and I'm like, get back in there.